Hello and welcome Calculus 3 Internet students to the Spring 2018 semester. My name is Robert DiGiovanni. I'm the instructor for the course. This video is just to get you acquainted with the system if you've never used Canvas or WebAssign before. Just want to acquaint you with it and get across the expectations of the class. This may seem a little rushed when I do this video because I just shot the entire video and realized that my microphone was turned off. So I would just wasted an hour of my day. But okay, let's get started. So expectations of the course, just keep in mind, I do expect that you'll be able to put 5 to 7 hours into the class a week. Even though you're doing this online, I expect that you'll be able to watch a set of lecture videos that are the same length as a traditional face-to-face class. You'll watch those lecture videos. You'll attempt to do some homework online. And then if you have trouble with that homework, I have a whole other set of videos that shows homework solutions for those homework problems. So that's pretty much the layout of the class. Let's get right into this. We've got main website for Northwest Vista College. You log into ACES and you get to your courses and you make sure you're looking at the spring 2018 semester. Go to Cal 3. And then this takes you to a place called Canvas. This is the main page for our class. Let me just start with the inbox over here. You have, oh, I'm in student view. Leave student view. Okay, so go to the inbox and you'll see your inbox on the left-hand side. So if I send you anything, it's going to appear over there. If you want to send me something, click on that little leaf, drop-down menu, select your Cal 3 course, go here, select Teachers, and then I'll be the only one that appears there, and then go ahead and send your message. Okay, so all emails that we do must be through this system. This is the official communication system for our course. Anything that you send to me through some external email, I may not get it, and it actually won't count as being official. So that is how we communicate. And then let me get back to the class, and I'm going to switch you over here to a student view, so it'll look like what you're going to see. And here it is. Here's our main page. I'm going to go ahead and go through this. This first page, you've got the orientation video, and that's going to be the link to the video you're watching right now. The schedule, which you'll print out, and then the link to the videos that you're going to watch before each section. Then the solutions for the homework assignments. Then also a link to the files for this class. 2 videos, one on what a good binder is. I'll explain what the binder is when we get to the syllabus, and then how to request partial credit for assignments that you do online. So this tab here, grades, as the semester progresses, this is where I will populate the grades in here for you. And then we get the course syllabus. So let's go through this. First things first, even though this is an online class, we are going to meet twice in the semester. You must come on campus to Northwest Vista College at these dates and times, and you are going to sit down at a computer for 3 hours. You're going to take a test. And those 2 tests, exam 2 and exam 4, have to be done on those days and at those times. If for some reason you can't make it, you can get a proctor. But read carefully through the instructions here on what you need to do to get a proctor. It's not just as simple as finding a friend of yours that can be there to monitor you. I have to approve it, and there's a process. So just read through that. And then also keep note that you must give me a 14-day notice in order to have exam 2 or 4 proctored. That way I have time to coordinate with the proctor and make sure everything's good to go. As far as contact information for me, my cell phone number is here. And this is actually really an important part of this class. I provide you my cell phone so that you can contact me if you need help. I don't want you to feel like you're alone there at 10 o'clock at night with no one to assist. Part of my job as an online instructor is to be available to you. So you have my cell phone. And what I would encourage you to do is, if you're working through a problem and you just can't seem to get it right, take a picture of the problem and then take a picture of your handwritten work. Make sure those pictures are nice and clear. And I have a new phone this semester, which I will be able to write on your pictures, and I can do little annotations and stuff. And it should make it really easy for me to get back with you quickly with some sort of mathematical response. So I encourage you to do that anytime you need help. I am also available in my office. These are the days and times I'll be in my office. You can just walk in and get help. I will just say that, you know, sometimes things get in the way. We'll have a professor who's sick and they'll ask if someone can take their class, so I'll go take the class. So if you're going to make a special trip, you know, to campus just for me, make sure that you text me beforehand just to make sure nothing came up on my end, and that I just wouldn't want to disappoint you and not be there. Now, as far as what you need for the class, there's not a physical book for this class. Everything that we need is online. What you will have to do is purchase access to the course. Now, if you already have an account from maybe you took this Cal 2 online, if you already have that account, you may still be able to get in there. It depends on what you purchased when you bought it last time. If this is the first time you're purchasing, then you have an option of a 1 semester purchase, I think a 1 year or a 1 year purchase. That's kind of up to you. I mean, Cal 3 is the end of the calculus sequence, so you should probably only need it for 1 semester, but again, that's a decision you'll have to make. Also, when you register to get into this place where you're going to go do your online homework and stuff, when you go there to do that, I'm going to show you in a second, you know, how to do that. But when you do that, it also gives you an opportunity to get, I believe, a 2-week temporary access. And this is really good if you're waiting for financial aid or maybe a paycheck or something, and you're not ready to pay for the course yet. That you have 2 weeks to think about it. And so use that if you want, or if you just want to have maybe a week or two to think about whether or not you really like this online format or not. Now, even though you don't have to buy a book, the material is based upon this book, and there will be an electronic version of that at the website that you're going to register at and pay to get into. So you will have an ebook at the website. The other thing you need is you're going to have to keep a binder, and on our homepage I had that little video about what a good binder is. You can watch that. There's also a link to it right here. In that binder you have to have your handwritten work for your homework, your handwritten exams, and the notes that you take while you're watching my videos. All those things must be in that binder. If you do not have that work when you turn in your binder, because you'll turn in that binder at exam 4. If you come to exam 4 and you don't have anything in a binder that supports what you did online, I'm going to turn those into zeros. So if you got 100 on exam 1 that you did at home, but I open up your binder and there's no handwritten work for exam 1, then that's going to become a 0. So you can basically fail the course if you don't have a binder. So keep that in mind, stay organized. In terms of calculators, you can have a basic calculator, you can have a graphing calculator, these are fine. What you may not have is a calculator that has a computer algebra system. That would be something that can do differentiation or integration. So TI-89, TI-Nspire CAS version will not work. If you have any questions about your calculator, just contact me and we'll make sure that we're on the same page. When you come for exams 2 and 4 on campus, you may not use your phone, so you need to have a calculator for this class. All right, the description, objectives, and outcomes are things you can read through. All I'll say on that is we are going to finish the calculus sequence here in Cal 3. So we are going to, if you've been doing Cal 1, Cal 2, and Cal 3 all at Northwest Vista, we've been using the same book. We are going to complete the book, Chapter 13. We're going to finish it up. Okay, in terms of your grade, your binder, as long as you turn it in and it has the stuff in it that I asked for, 4% of your grade. All the homework that you're going to do online, that's going to be 20% of your grade. Exams 1 and 3 you do at home. Those are 10% each. And then the 2 exams you come on campus for are 28% each. That's a huge chunk of your grade. So you want to be able to do well on those. In terms of policies, I'm going to send you an email before exam 2 and 4. It's going to have all this information right here. It's going to ask you to sign it and bring that page with you. But this is just kind of give you a heads up of what to expect on exams 2 and 4, like what to bring, how long you're going to be there, what do you do after the exam, etc. Now, in terms of succeeding, exams 2 and 4, they're so important in this class. I cannot stress enough to you, with my experience with online internet calculus students, students that do very well with everything they do at home, then they come to these exams, they're like, oh, I blanked out. Most of the time that means you weren't prepared. And you weren't prepared for the testing environment. So what you need to do is you need to practice at home Bring up your old homework assignments. You'll have the ability to review your homework assignments. Go back and review your assignments. Take everything off your desk, just your formula sheets and blank paper, and see if you can do your homework. If you can do your homework without referring to your notes or to YouTube or to Google, or if you can do it, you're ready for these exams. If you can't, you are not prepared. So keep that in mind, that it's going to be about recognition of problems when you come for these exams. And the good news is that the exams that I give you, all the problems come from your homework problems. So there's no surprises. Every problem that you see should look familiar to you. Now, in terms of the homework and the exams that you do at home, if you miss the deadline, because there will be a deadline on a schedule that we're going to be following, if you miss a deadline, it's fine. Just go into the assignment. There will be a request extension option, and you can request an extension. There's a 10% penalty for it being late, but it's better than getting a 0. Now, you can do that on all your homework assignments. For exams 1 and 3 that you do at home, you have to request an extension manually. You have to email me or call me, and we have to discuss why it is you missed the exam. For exams 2 and 4, there are no extensions. So you have to make those on-campus exams or have it proctored, and we've squared all that away. If you miss those, you'll get 0s. Attendance, since this is online, the way I'm going to do attendance is if you miss 3 deadlines. So let's say, your first deadline, I believe, is January 21st. If you miss that deadline, I'm gonna count that as 1. And then let's say, later in February you miss another one, and then in late February you miss another one. After 3, if you miss another one, I can drop you from the course. All right. The rest of this, I'm gonna let you read through yourself, and then you have the schedule, which I'm gonna show you a different version of the schedule. So let's see here. I forgot to mention here, you're going to go to a website to get in to be able to do your homework. You're going to pay all that stuff. You need this code right here to get into that website, and that must be done by the 18th of January, or else you're dropped from the class. So you have to go in there and register into that WebAssign website by that date and time, or by Thursday, or 3 p.m. Thursday, or the system will automatically purge you from my roster. All right, let's get back to the home page here. We've looked at the grades and the syllabus, the files. Let me go ahead and show you the files. You have 3D graph paper, which you can print that out. You have these things called CDF files, which I'll explain later. You have the schedule, which I just showed you. And then, oh wait, no, that I need to show you. And then all the lecture notes that I'm going to be following in my videos while I'm doing my lectures. I'm following some notes. They're all here for you. You can print those out. And then the formulas that you can bring to the exams. Click on that. Everything in that folder you may print and bring to exams 2 and exams 4. And then the other tabs here, discussions and people. That's a discussion board if you want to talk to your classmates. And then people, that's a way you can actually contact your classmates if y'all want to form study groups or something like that. Okay, let's take a look at this schedule. So that's going to download to your computer as a PDF. Go ahead and just print this out, stick it in your binder or something. And the way this works is, things are clumped together. Like January 18th, you've got these assignments due. And then January 21st, you've got, 10-1 and 10-2 are due. And then the 28th, you got 10-3, 10-4. And you want to just make sure you look at this whole schedule, look ahead so you can kind of plan ahead. Things get really kind of crunchy here at the end. There's a lot of material we cram into late April, especially this chapter 13. It's a tough chapter. So just print this out, add it to your phone calendar or whatever you want to do, and stay on track. So here's the way it'll work. What you'll do is let's look at this assignment here. 10-1 and 10-2 are due on the 21st. What that means is that you're going to come here to the class lecture videos, and you're going to look for 10-1, which is here. This video actually has 10-1 and 10-2 in it. The next video has 10-2 and 10-3. So for that first set that's due on the 21st, you're going to want to look at this entire video and then part of this one. And what this video is a video that I did in a classroom. Let me pause this. This is me in a classroom setting as face-to-face class that I recorded a couple of semesters ago. And this is what I'm providing to you as a way to deliver this content and this material to you. So yes, this is an hour, 30 minutes long. I do expect that you're going to watch this entire thing. Now, if I'm talking to the class in the video and I'm telling them, hey, go do this quiz or something like that, that does not pertain to you. If I offer them a problem to take home for bonus, you may do that and you may submit that to me via email and I will count that as bonus. But otherwise, if I'm giving them direct instructions, that doesn't pertain to you. What's more important here is the content and you understanding what's going on. You can see here I'm writing on a board and I am projecting onto that board also. And what I'm projecting onto the board is are notes that you can print out also, which I showed you a second ago, those notes. You can print those out and that way you kind of can follow along what I'm doing here. Also, I was going to say, well, yeah, that's good for now. So you watch this entire video, all right? And then after you watch the video, you need to go do the homework, right? So I need to show you that homework system, but yeah, we'll do it now. Let's do it. So I'm going to go back to the syllabus. Okay, so I'm going to click on this link here. It's going to take me to WebAssign. And if this is my first time here, I'm going to enter the class key. And that class key was right there in the syllabus. Northwest Vista 03926031. I put that in, and then at that point, you're going to put in your name, your email address, and you're going to register for the WebAssign for this course. That will give you the access to your homework and your online exams. Make sure that you use the same name that you used on the Northwest Vista roster, or like when you enrolled at Northwest Vista, use the same name. That way there's no confusion. And let me show you what it looks like once you get registered. I'm not going to take you through that whole process because I'm pretty sure you can figure it out. But that's also where you'll have to pay or get that temporary extension or temporary access. So this is not what it's going to look like for you. Let me bring up your course and then turn it into student view. Here's the way it'll look for you. Notice on the bottom right-hand side, you have the ebook. That's a link to the book. And then over here, you have your assignments. And nothing is going to appear yet because the semester hasn't started. But once the semester starts, your assignments are all going to appear in the list over here. Then anything that is past due, that's already, the due date has already come and gone, will appear with the link there that says past assignments. And that's where you click on that link to go back and practice more problems without affecting your grade, or to request an extension. That's the link that you would click on. So past assignments, just make sure you look for it because it'll be at the bottom of the list. Okay, so I can't show you that part, but I'm going to actually get into your first assignment to show you what it looks like. I'm also going to open up the ebook. So here's what the ebook looks like. I'm actually going to jump to chapter 10, section 1, 3D coordinate system. And so if you want, you can read this. This is what I'm basically covering in my lecture. And then let me go back to WebAssign and close out the student view. And let's go take a peek at the 10.1. All right, so this homework assignment here, it's you put in your responses, right? Remember, you're writing all your work down too. That has to be put in your binder. But let's just take a look here at question number 4. So question number 4, let's say you watched the whole lecture video, you're looking at 4, you can't figure out how to do it. Well, what other resources are there for you? Well, it's kind of sneaky, but over here, notice to the side, you have this number here. It says 10.1.008. What that means is if we open up the textbook to chapter 10, section 1, and look at number 8 out of the exercises, it should match up with this problem. Now, the numbers might be a little different in there, but it should match up to number 8. So I'm going to go back and open up that ebook. Where's that ebook? Here it is. And if I look at number 8, see, I'm in 10.1 exercises. If I look at number 8, that problem is very similar to the one that we were being asked. So why is this important? Well, because back here on our main website, right, I had homework solution videos for face-to-face class. What that means that these videos were done and the homework problems were assigned out of the book. So that's what these videos are for problems out of the book. So if I go up here to solutions for 10.1 and I jump through here, you can see that's me doing the solution. I'm working on number 3 now. Let me see if I can't find number 8. Oh, there's number 8. So there's me working through number 8 out of the book, which matches your number 4 out of WebAssign. So this problem, even though the numbers are a little different, the concepts are the same. And so I would say that 95% of the problems that you're going to be asked to do, there's going to be a video for them. Maybe more than 95%. And so that's it. I mean, that's one of the main resources. And you've got, these are the homework solution videos for the whole semester. There's hours and hours and hours of videos here. You can see there's one here, it's like 2 hours long. Hold on, where is it? I thought there was one that was like 2 hours long. Anyway, it's a lot of video. All right, so recap, you watch the lecture video, me in the classroom on the board, you go try and do your homework, can't figure it out, cross-reference the number to the number out of the book, and come over here to the videos and try and find help on that problem. Yeah, that's it. Let me, ebook I don't need. Let me go back to that assignment. Okay, so on these assignments, you can enter your answers a few times and get it wrong, and eventually it's going to count it wrong. But you can ask the computer to generate a new problem for you, and you can do that on your homework assignments. On the exams that you do online, you can put in your answer 3 times, and it'll tell you if you're wrong, right or wrong. But after the 3rd time, it is wrong. If you get it wrong 3 times, that's it. You don't get to regenerate another problem. So that's the difference between the homeworks and exams. Also, the exams, all the problems, like I said, the problems from the exams come from the homeworks. So if you can do the homeworks, you're going to be good on those exams. All right, so I've shown you that. Let me see, go back here. Yeah, okay. All right, yeah, that's pretty much the layout. I think I've made it clear. It's a little confusing for myself here because I just did this same video like right before I'm doing this one. So I'm hoping I didn't forget to say something. One thing about these lecture videos that you're watching here, I'm using a system. Let me mute myself here. Notice I'm using this 3-dimensional thing here, and I'm manipulating it. So I'm like moving these little sliders around. There you go, and it's changing things. Okay, so back here in our course under Files, you have these CDF files, which I said I would talk about later. These CDF files, you can actually download these and open them, and you can do the same thing I'm doing in class. You can like manipulate things and change things. But to do that, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to go to this, go search on the web for this thing called Wolfram CDF Player, and then go ahead and download that to your computer. Once you have that on a computer, you can open up those CDF files and you can manipulate them and move things around. You don't have to do that, but it's an option for you. That's why I put those files there. If instead you just want to see the static PDF versions of my notes, that's what these are. So if you open up these lecture notes and open those up, it's the same notes, except there's no 3D, so there's no like interaction. Like you can't move these sliders around to make anything change. So if you're happy with that, great. Remember, in your binder you must have your handwritten notes. These notes do not qualify as your handwritten notes. These are my notes. So your notes should be something else. Don't print all the notes out for the whole semester, stick them in your binder and say, hey, there's the notes, all right? In fact, I don't want you to print these out and put them in your binder unless you want to. I'm not expecting you to. I want to see handwritten notes. Okay, I think I've covered it all. Yes, all right, so what do you do now? You come in here, you go get registered on WebAssign. You'll do 2 preliminary assignments. One of them is just to acquaint you with WebAssign, how to put in answers. The second one is a syllabus confirmation quiz or homework or something, and that's just a yes or no question, and it's just basically you signing off on the syllabus saying yes, or yes, I understand the requirements of this course. That's pretty much it. I'm looking forward to a good semester. If you have any questions or if you feel I left something out and you're unclear on something, contact me and I will see you down the road. Thanks for your time. I appreciate it.